Yo, you know what it is. Breaking news. Yo, Pooh Shiesty's lawyer has spoken. I felt like doing a live. We're in the house today. This is sponsored by Mark Stevens legal firm. He helped me with my case. Y'all got to get on this. Pooh Shiesty done spoke up, went for his bond hearing. So let me break this down in hood terms so y'all understand what it is. Pooh Shiesty done spoke up. He went for his bond hearing. His lawyer spoke up, pressed him about the evidence, wanted to know what evidence they got. They had no evidence but a bunch of hearsay. They spoke to Gucci Man and the rest of the, the cohorts from way back in January, and it took them all the way to April to come out with an indictment. So now Pooh Shiesty got the bag. So he paid for his own lawyer to go up against his CEO because this is getting out of control. We got a young soldier that feels like he's in charge right now. So now he's doing what needs to be done, and he's going up against Gucci Man, got his own lawyer, pressing him on the evidence. Gucci allegedly, we ain't gonna say allegedly, we're gonna keep it 100 because the lawyer said straight up. But the lawyer's still saying allegedly because Gucci Man has a chance to stand street. You already know how y'all feel about that because we got a lot of y'all internet gangsters out here. You know, Gucci got a chance to stand street and say that Pooh Shiesty didn't put a gun in his neck so he could deal with Pooh Shiesty on the street because that's where it belonged and that's where Gucci said that he belonged. But now he got Keisha, who's not from the street, that's bringing him over to her side. He's been going, but now all this is too much is going on. Let's start this intro real quick, man. All right.
Keep it going, 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 keep it going. Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio. I like the way it's going now.
All right, now, this is Pooh Shiesty's lawyer about to give his statement. I'm going to get the hell out of his way because I know you rat bastards is out there saying, why is he all in his way? All right, but let's get this started, then I'm going to get the hell out the way. All right?
You tell me when you guys are ready. Ready?
Would you say your name first real quick?
Yeah, Bradford Cohen, C-O-H-E-N, Sam Zengane, and John Helms.
And any questions, just look straight in the middle.
Yeah, you got it.
Thank you.
So we had a bond hearing today and a PC hearing today. I think that the relevant things that were said today that I thought were fascinating were that it took 3 months to build a case. And I think the reason for that was because the statements that were given on the evening that this occurred were very questionable. I think the way that the statements were made, what allegedly was witnessed and what wasn't witnessed, I think gave great pause to the FBI. The FBI doesn't take 3 months to arrest someone if they believe everything that was said on the night that it occurred. They were involved the first night and then nothing happened for 3 months. In addition to that I thought was quite embarrassing was that an FBI agent says they don't have the resources to keep their eye on an individual. This is allegedly an individual that committed a crime that they then didn't watch to see if the guns were present, if the jewelry was present. And what didn't we hear today? What we didn't hear today is there is no contract, this mystery contract. They have no contract. They have no video of this alleged signing of a contract. They have no guns. They have no jewelry. They have none of that physical evidence. What they have is they have allegedly 5 individuals, one of them being a very well-known individual that is allegedly cooperating with the government and making these allegations against my client and many more. I'm going to take like 1 or 2 questions and then we're going to scoot.
All right, so to break this crap down, right? Let me go break this crap down. Bottom line is they ain't got no evidence. They ain't got nothing. All they got is the CEO who they got is RD, who everybody already speculated. Robert Davis gave statements at the beginning of the joint. When he gave the statements at the beginning, now he fell back because they never came back to see him because what they felt like they was going to do was grab a bunch of these cohorts, like 8 of them. So now they grab 6 of them, whatever it is. Now when they grab them, they expect somebody to fold and fill in the blanks. Now, RD said that the contract was signed because there was a joint in his head. The contract is worth multi-million dollars. Let's get that straight. So now, RD, we know him as a street dude. He represented the street dude. You understand? So being that he represented the street dude and the way this is playing out, you want to make sure that you understand that Pooh Shiesty was under the impression that he's dealing with a street dude. That's what I want y'all to understand. So y'all saying that Pooh Shiesty crashed out. Pooh Shiesty did not crash out. I'm giving to you raw from a gangster's point of view because we like to ride. Pooh Shiesty did not crash out. Pooh Shiesty felt like he was dealing with somebody off the street from the way that Gucci Man presented himself. But now Roderick, RD, is presenting himself. So now Gucci Man is on some, I'm going to get my get back. RD, aka the CEO, is on some, nah, I'm listening to my baby, this ain't worth it. We don't need to be going down that, down that road. And y'all, I'm gonna put the number up on the screen, right? Somebody call me from a caller ID, and I don't respect caller IDs. If y'all want to call in, call in. But we ain't gonna do this. Let me see if I gotta cuss this dude out. I can't do too much because I'm on YouTube. What do you want?
It was crazy, you know what I'm saying? But he should have been more prepared, pulling up like that, knowing that it was an issue. I was surprised, I was shocked. That ain't how real street move,
Who should have been more prepared? Gucci should have been more prepared? All right. I think he's saying that Gucci should have been more prepared, right? Let me respond to that. I'm gonna respond from both sides so y'all understand. If y'all want to call in the number up there. I'm gonna put the link in the comments. If y'all want to come in and show your face, we're gonna get to where that. Now, he said Gucci should have been more prepared, right? Gucci ain't had no inkling he was gonna take it to that level. He figured that Pooh Shiesty, I don't put the bag in his hand. He's a businessman. We're gonna deal with this as business people. But the ultimate disrespect to Pooh Shiesty was that Gucci Man came with only $10,000 in his pocket. Pooh Shiesty just signed a $5 million deal per Hernandez Gomez. He just signed a $5 million deal. And Gucci gonna bring 10,000 and say he want to negotiate. What the hell are you gonna negotiate with 10,000? That's gas for the chauffeur. Let's keep it 100. The numbers on the screen, y'all want to call in. You got something you want to say about whatever is being said. Let me know what time it is, right? But I want y'all to fully understand that, all right, let's see what the comments is. Yeah, bro, he did crash out. When he crossed state line, he crashed. Even if Gucci drops the charges, that white boy is dropping the bomb. One another, all of them, and done. All right, yeah, stop the crap. I like the comment, but stop the crap. I'm going to break it down to you from Pooh Shiesty's side. Bottom line is, Gucci wasn't supposed to cooperate. This supposed to be a smooth lick, on a chessboard, on the street level, and Gucci was supposed to slide back on me. All this with the white boy and all of this, that wasn't even calculated in the play. Because he thinking that Gucci got the white boy and everybody else in check. If you don't like what I'm saying, put it in the comments. Let me see what y'all got to say, because this is getting real confusing right now, right? But that's my answer to that. If you don't like the answer, put it in the comments. Get on the live link that's on the side in the comments, or get on a phone call and we're going to talk about this as adults. All right, this joint's so big, it don't cover my whole face up. Let me sit up. You know what I mean? Hold up. Pooh Shiesty is hustling crazy backwards. Pooh Shiesty should have started off with a lawyer as his attorney, could have found out way from his rap contract deal. Instead, he played himself by robbing. That's real. They got to say that I learned in school that they call it's real good to play Monday morning quarterback. You're doing Monday morning quarterback right now. Meaning the game is over on Sunday night, and here it is Monday morning. You want to tell what coulda, shoulda, woulda, and coulda happened. Y'all better share this link with somebody. I'm gonna give it to you raw right now, Devon. That's my man right there. Big shout out. He always represent me on the channel, but I gotta check you when you need to be checked. Yo, Pooh Shiesty did not crash out. From a street level, he did not crash out. From a suburban level, from an older, mature level, he crashed out. We talking about, what is he, 30 years old? Gucci met him. Dig up the link in the comment. Gucci met him. Gucci said, yo, this is what we gonna do. And, you know, if anything happened, this is how we handle it because I'm just like you. I'm street too. And Pooh felt like he had him when he should have had Shiesty jump out there. Do you agree with what I'm saying or not? Y'all put it in the comments. We're gonna ride out tonight, man. I feel like doing this live tonight, man. We're going to have some fun with this, right? But you heard what his lawyer said. Let me play some more of his lawyer real quick because I'm doing a lot of talking. And you know, you got the rat bastards and flip-flop wearing in public trolls. You know what I mean? I like when it gonna go off late.
Actually arguing they've got only a he said kind of case. No evidence.
Correct.
Fair.
Yeah, it's very fair. I think that this is it's a he said type of a case. I mean, obviously, there's 5 individuals on one side. What we're missing are the other people that were present in the room, right? The owner of the studio who says he didn't hear anything or see anything. The way they leave the studio, where no one is in concert with anybody else, no one's arguing with anyone else. One of the individuals says, "Hey, can I get my watches back?" Like, the story is quite unusual. And I think that the FBI knew that. I think the investigators knew that it was unusual. And I think that's why it took so long to make the arrest.
What is your response to the judge saying that, you know, your client still violated the terms of his ankle monitor location?
Sure. Those are all.
All right, let me answer that for him, right? Bottom line is, when the judge said, yo, your client still violated his anchor monitor, bottom line is, a street lawyer gonna say straight up, hell yeah, he violated it. He's a gangster. Can't you tell he's a gangster? He just went to jail for robbing a dude for $2,500 Louis Vuittons and a little bit of weed for $2,500. And then he drops a bag with 40 grand. My client don't care about none of that. My client don't care about no violation. Let's deal with what's the big joint at hand. And that's where they at. What do y'all think about that? I'm just saying, you know, that's how I would have answered. So I'm saying, my client don't care about that crap. He knew he wasn't getting out on no damn bail. But he had to bail him, so he went through the formalities. But he knew he wasn't getting no bail. Right or wrong? Y'all put in the comments. You think Pooh Shiesty really thought he was going to get some goddamn bail? Even if he got bail right now, the parole violation would hold him. And I see some dude put up there in the comments, you know, I ain't gonna give him no label or nothing. And I respect y'all for putting whatever in the comments as long as you're respectable. Somebody put in the comments, I'm gonna answer that for you right now. He tried to say, oh, they don't have a state kidnapping. Yes, they do have a state kidnapping. I responded to your comment and I put the state code for Florida's kidnapping statute. So they do have a kidnapping statute. But the point is, you get in the feds, they got more evidence, more leadway, because the feds have something that the state don't have. And this is how they got all of us in the feds. They got something called, y'all ready for this? They got something called hearsay. That means I heard him say that he robbed Gucci Man at gunpoint. And I heard him say that he pulled the pistol and put it to his face and Gucci was under duress. And he signed the contract. But now his lawyers say there is no contract. I'm gonna run this back a couple of times with the lawyer speaking. The lawyer even said that Gucci Man gave statements at the beginning. We don't just gonna keep it 100, because this is a gangster channel. No disrespect to Gucci Man, but you gave statements at the beginning and you flip-flop, they laid back, they didn't ask you nothing else. So being they didn't ask you nothing else, you didn't have nothing else to say. And that's what happened. Pooh Shiesty tricked himself out his own freedom and success. Yes, he did, because he miscalculated Gucci Man to be on the same time he on. When Gucci Man is looking at it like, I'm on some civilian time, my wife done got me $33 million while I was in jail. I came home, I got this big company, I got this big mansion, big house, I got a whole garage full of cars. So I'm on a whole nother level. I ain't got nothing to do with that little street running up, putting a pistol in somebody's face to deal with a contract when I got lawyers that deal with that. But you ran across a man that's what he was dealing with. So being that that's what he was dealing with, Pooh Shiesty done said straight up, right? Pooh Shiesty said straight up, yo, this is what it is, man. We ain't gonna play these games. We ain't gonna go down left field. Bottom line is, I made this bag off this contract. They want to get my merchandise, being that they want to get my merchandise. And, you know, they talk about giving a triple bag on that. And I don't want you to get nothing out of that because you ain't paid for my cousin Big Scar's funeral. And I felt like you was responsible to hold him down because he was signed to your label. And you didn't. And being that you didn't, this what it is. And now we at odds and you can't eat off my table and I don't need to eat off your table no more. That's where Pooh Shiesty was at. But let's get to this question. Big brother, question for you. Do you think if this was a white boy who Shiesty would have did the same thing, you know, just a question. You know, if it was a white boy, he would have been thrown out of jail a long time ago. But it's Gucci Man. You know what I mean? Gucci Man trying to straddle the fence right now because he done made his moves and he done made his millions and he done rightfully so elevated past us in a whole nother field that right now he's what they call a civilian, but being a civilian don't give you a right to dime out someone else because now you're a civilian. I know old gangsters from my days that retired and moved to the Alpine. And if they ask them who robbed them, they're not going to tell who robbed them. They're going to deal with it. Once you take an oath to the code of the street, you live and you die by that oath. You get out of the game, but the oath is still in you. I'm just giving it to you raw. I don't know what the hell they telling y'all on YouTube, but all the old gangsters I know that moved up to the Alpine, because that's where they go, you know, when they leave Jersey. When I say the Alpine, you know what I'm saying. That's like they moved to Beverly Hills. That's like a dude moved from LA to Beverly Hills, and he been selling drugs and pimping all his life. If something happened, he don't tell on his neighbors, man. You know, let's get that straight. He don't tell on his neighbors. So we're not even going to play those little, you know, games like that. Now he's a civilian. Civilian don't mean a pass to tell. You're making a civilian having a pass to tell. A civilian that has a pass to tell is someone that's always been a civilian. If you was a part of the street, you already know how effective your statement would be before you do that. You know what I mean? Now, like he said, right? One way 7182. Yo, hold on. I want to know why ain't no Cash App jumping off. Hold on. Where my Cash App at? Put my Cash App on the screen. They need to see my Cash App. Maybe they don't know it ain't working because y'all getting good game right now. But one way 7187, yeah, need an attorney to meet over the contract. Exactly. Pooh Shiesty didn't have an attorney meet over the contract. That means that's on him. That's not on Gucci Man. So you can't put it on Gucci Man that he robbed him. No. Pooh Shiesty allowed Gucci Man to rob him because Pooh Shiesty didn't have a lawyer read over the contract. Am I right or wrong? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Or I'm speaking another language right now? You know? Let me get this thing right. So, you know, I'm checking. Where the likes at? How many likes we got? How many likes we got in the back? We need to get some likes up here because I'm sitting here and I ain't got time for the foolery. Let's get this going. All right, so let's go. Pooh been robbing since he was years old in South Memphis. That's what I'm saying. And Gucci Man knew what he was dealing with. Gucci Man knew what he was dealing with when he signed Pooh. So you know he gonna go off the deep end at times, but you know you gonna make 25 million over the 3 years. So you put up with it. You figure out a way to deal with it. That's what being a boss is. Or shall I say that y'all understand a CEO and you can't deal with the brothers? Brother, this is on video. Gonna be hard to beat that, bro. This street level, what was it, consists is of 20 years plus in prison. That is not gangster. You do not win when you go to the pen. Yo, brother, right? I'm expecting, because this is a gangster town, so I'm gonna give it to you raw. We win when we fight. Even when we know we're gonna lose in their federal court, their state court, we still fight. We know we guilty of sin, but we still fight. So all this is on videotape. So what? It's how much time that an individual intend to do. I hope you understand that. I ain't trying to be too hard on you. I'm just giving it to you gangster. You know what I mean? Because you talking about, oh, he can't beat it. You know what I mean? Street levy looking at 20 years. So what? 20 years is nothing to hold your honor when you on the street. So if you feel that it's something to do 20 years and give up your honor, then you're on the right track to being 100% civilian, and you don't need to be doing none of this crap. All right, let's keep it 100. All right. All right, Craig, nah, he only did it that way because Gucci done been in the streets and he might not go to the police. Nah, he thought that Gucci man wasn't going to the police. Gucci, yo, listen, his lawyer, I'm gonna play his lawyer again because his lawyer said straight up Gucci man went to the police, man. Then he slipped the word allegedly in to keep it good for YouTube. But let's play this, Joy, man. I don't think y'all really heard this, man. This lawyer, this is Pooh Shiesty lawyer, said Gucci man gave statements the night of the joint. We ain't gonna play no games.
All things that are going to be, flushed out. The fact is that he was allowed to be in certain areas at certain times. That really wasn't an argument for today. I wasn't really even going to make that argument. My main thrust of today was to really push on the evidence and see exactly what they had and when they had. How about this? How about the individual who wrote the complaint, who actually drafted the complaint, who was sitting in the courtroom, who's only been an FBI agent for 4 years, does not take the stand. They put someone else on to say what she wrote in her own complaint when she's sitting in the courtroom. And that's done quite often in gamesmanship because they don't want to put a rookie on the stand and be measured by our legal team.
So bottom line, what he's saying is they got this 4-year-old, what they call rookie, wrote up the statement, and they didn't want to have that rookie go up there and try and defend their own statement because they know they a powerhouse just like the government. And when you got the bag like Shiesty, you got the powerhouse like the government. So that's what they really saying. All right. So they didn't want to put her up there to read the statement because they say, nah, you might screw this up and you're going against the big boys and we need this conviction. Now let's deal with Black Haven 901 got to say. Pooh been robbing dudes since he was 11 years old in South Memphis. That's the point. He's a gangster. Y'all don't like hearing that term because y'all don't want to give nobody living that term. When Tupac was alive, y'all hated on him. I see so much of these fake cops, rappers. Now they're yelling that they Tupac fans and they was cool with Tupac back in the day. I know Tupac personally. I got pictures I ain't even put out yet. So call my bluff, you fake ass rappers. Y'all hated Tupac because he ran with niggas like us. Y'all hated Tupac. But just right now, you gotta love Pooh Shiesty. All these rappers, Mace wanted to run up on Diddy with an AK. You know what I mean? All these rappers wanted to run up on another CEO with an AK, but they knew when they signed the contract because they didn't know they got him. But Pooh Shiesty said, nah, I'm from the street. Gucci said he from the street. I believe he from the street. But nah, dog. He elevated past the street, and now he's calling himself a civilian, and he got his woman telling him that it's okay to be a rat bastard and a civilian. You get out the game, you don't give up the code. The code stay with you till you die because you made an oath to the code. And that's the way it is. That's why you don't put yourself in those situations and circumstances to have to deal with the bull crap to make those type of choices. You understand what I'm saying? And you're right, he didn't. One way 7187, he didn't expect Gucci man to snitch. Nobody expected, I didn't expect Gucci man to snitch. Did you expect Gucci man to snitch? Be honest, put it in the goddamn comments. Put it up on the screen so they know, put it in the comments. Did you expect Gucci Man to snitch? You expected Gucci Man to give a statement. I never. And I know Gucci Man is watching my videos because I told him straight up, only way to clear this up is to get up there and say that they lied in the complaint. If they didn't lie in the complaint, that means that you snitched. You can't say I did say that, but, and it's hard as hell to come back from it once you do it, because once you do it, it's already embedded. It's like getting the cattle stamped. Now the government is stamping you a rat, Gucci. And all you can do is stand up and say, I'm not a rat, I'm not cooperating. And that's what we're hearing now. Let me finish his lawyer. Somewhere in there, his lawyer said that, you know, Gucci made the statement. Might have been in the beginning, might have passed it, and y'all might have missed it. But let's get back, let's ride.
How far away is this from trial?
Oh, who knows? You know, we're going to get discovery. We'll take a look at their discovery. They're going to say it's ongoing. I mean, think about it. They had 3 months to get this stuff. They had 3 months to get warrants. They didn't get warrants that night. They didn't get warrants the next night. They didn't get warrants the next month. They didn't get warrants the month after. They waited 3 months to get warrants on whether or not there's guns, whether or not there's jewelry. How about their cell phones? How about the computers? That gives me great pause when I see a case that takes that long to get warrants, if you believe everything that was said on the evening that it occurs.
Bottom line, what he's saying is, they sat there, took 3 months to bring any charges, any complaints, anything, when in a normal situation, a man told he was robbed, he was kidnapped, he was choked out like the white boy said he was choked out. They're going to bring charges that night and get them off the street. They don't leave them on the street with a Draco to possibly put it in somebody else's face. What if Big 30 said, man, I like the way you did Gucci. Let me go throw the Draco in my CEO's face. That's why they're supposed to get him off the street. I say it raw. If you don't like it, that's what it is. Yo, you know what it is, man. Come on, man. We don't play no games over here. You know, my sister's sleeping right now. American Links 1924. You already know. Thank you for the commissary donation, right? Craig, he only did it that way because Gucci done been in the streets. And he might not go to the police. Y'all keep saying might not go to the police. Gucci presented the image to Pooh Shiesty that under no circumstances he's going to police. So if that's what it is, then that's what it is. But Gucci didn't expect it to get to this level where he gonna wind up bringing the drama to his ass. Y'all better share this link, man. Yo, go look at commissary donation, American Links 1924. But that's what it is. Pooh been robbing dudes. We seen that. We got that. We got that. I need some help. Bottom line is, let me see. Tone B, B4G, 499. I got it. Where that comment I just had. I want to get back to my man. Brother, this a video going to be hard to beat. Yeah, all right. We seen that crap. We don't care how hard to beat. When we from the street, we fight the hard battles. Bottom line is, as long as we in the fight, we won. I got life plus 20 with no chance of parole. Life plus 20 with no chance of parole. And had a chance to tell on my dead brother and refuse. But just because I stood in a box with the federal government and fought for my freedom without sitting back, copping out, making a deal, and there's nothing wrong with copping out, making a deal. It's just that I was the kingpin. So what deal could I make? Now I got to bring somebody higher than me. And I ain't even trying to bring somebody lower than me. So if I bring somebody lower than me, he ain't losing nothing. But you asking me to bring somebody higher than me, that's losing the world compared to what, the little bit I'm losing? Come on, man. This is a gangster channel. Y'all don't understand this, man. Let's ride. All right. Now, I need to put the comments in. It must be Slow been robbing. We got that. Pooh been robbing. We got that. Yeah. Yeah, of course he didn't expect Gucci Man to slip. Bottom line, Gucci take the lick. Here go new one. Bottom line is Gucci man got to take his lick. The closet jewelry, you don't want to get back at Pooh. Take it on the chin. And for sure, you have to go to the man on it. Yo, he said it right though. Gucci, you gotta take that on the chin, my dude. You projected this image. We see you as this image. Yo, Gucci, I love your story. I love Gucci's story, so I'm definitely not gonna disrespect a young gangster. Dude tried to rob him, he capped him, bust his ass, and wound up beating the charge. Yo, ain't no standing ground back in the 88 and 89 and 90, 91 when I was on the street. Stand your ground. You black, you don't have a ground to stand on. But just letting you know what happened. Don't sit there falling asleep now, because this thing is real. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's a difficult situation. You know, let me see where we left off at, because I ain't got no help right now. So I'm just doing the best that I can. You know what I mean? We already got told, free Pooh Shiesty all day. You know what I mean? I ain't going to say the other part, but you know what it is. You know what I mean? You know, the Cash App works, so y'all know. You know what I mean? The Cash App do work. You know what I mean? The Cash App do work. It's a difficult situation, hell yeah. And now, you know, April Phillips, 67, 76, know that the Cash App worked. I don't care if it's $1. Show some appreciation like the game that the old brother giving. You know what I mean? Keisha can't believe what happened to her husband, the breadwinner of his family. Gucci Man is a family man and businessman, but that don't give Gucci Man a right to tell, because Gucci Man was a part of the mother effing streets. Stop this game playing y'all doing, man. He don't get a pass to tell. Not when you know what the effects of telling do. Go back and watch Gucci Man after that Pookie Low, old bastard. Yeah, I talk that shit. April, thanks for the sticker. You already know. April, thanks again. See, all the channels telling you thank you when you show some love. You know what I mean? What is that? How you pronounce that? Pacolola family. All right, that's what I'm talking about. I just don't understand how somebody with so much money allows something like that to happen to them. You can't get too much comfortable in life. Now, it ain't that, my dude. Bottom line is, Pooh Shiesty is still a gangster, man. He robbed a dude for some $2,500 sneakers, a little bit of weed, and dropped a bag with 40 grand. What the fuck, is you crazy? What, is you crazy? And they telling me to watch all that cussing, but that's how I feel. He dropped a bag with 40 grand, man, at the scene of a crime for $2,500. He ain't care about that money. Bottom line is, man, he's Pooh Shiesty. If he see a weak dude in the situation, he gonna get that. You know what I mean? That's what it is. You know, so we ain't gonna do that. All right? We watch Pookie Low. Go forward, not backwards. All right, so we know he just don't understand. Jordan Ed 007. Pooh saying, I'm taking this to trial. Let the people decide. Because that's what gangsters do. We bluff all the way to the door. Pooh bluffing. If they give him a sweet deal, he gonna jump on it. When they realize that his lawyers, when they Bradford something, but when they realize his lawyer eating them up, they gonna come with a sweet deal that he can take a deal. Ain't nothing wrong with taking a deal. But you gotta bluff to the door, my dude. You know what I mean? Oh, you're back. Well, my Cash App, what they call it, the Zelle. I don't even know what the Zelle is, but thank you, baby. I appreciate that. You know? Come on, they missing the people that's donating, going down to the people. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Hold up. Thank you, April. So you figured out the Zelle. Doesn't allow Cash App, only Zelle. It's just as good. You know what it is. Just as long as you show appreciation. That's all. People sit here, they watch the game, and hold on. Let me get this joint out right. You got the game. If you ain't trying to drop a Cash App, at least cop the book of Rowan Harlem at rowanharlem.com. Or go to my man Mark Stevens' joint. If you got a legal issue, right? If you got a legal, let me get this crap off the stage, because I'm talking about some real business right now. If you got a legal issue or real legal issue and you want the best lawyer in the business, I got him. I got him. He got me out of jail. He's helped me with some other things. You know, his name is Mark Stevens. Let me put my number on the screen so you can holler at my brother, man. Hold up. Y'all gotta bear with me. I'm gonna put the number up so y'all can call in and all that. But now I'm gonna go back to the comments. But if you got a legal issue, get at me. I got the best lawyer in the business, dog. He done got dudes out on bail. Listen, this dude done got dudes out on bail that had double hobbies. Now, who gets some money out with a dummy hobby, with a double hobby? You know, come on, man. What's really going on? You know, the Cash App is, put the Cash App up there. It's Unique Mecca Hall at Gmail. Hit the icon. Make sure it say it was created in 2020, because we got some rat bastards and flip-flop wearing in public trolls that try and jump in and do all types of fugazi crap. You know what I mean? Put it up there big. Ain't no way you can put up there big. The Cash App is scrolling, but they might miss it. Unique Mecca Hall, $, hit the icon. Let's get back to his lawyer. All right.
Hold on, let me take one from her because she was trying last night.
Can you say anything about the identity of RD, and then you also spoke about a social media post?
Correct. So, listen, I don't like when the government puts initials in and everyone takes a guess who they are. We all know who they are, right? I'm not going to say it's this person or that person. That's not my job to do. But certainly there have been media posts of individuals that we suspect were involved in that evening where they're denying that it occurred, or they're denying that they're giving statements to the government. I think that's unusual as well, because of what the government put forward today seems to negate those statements, but we'll have to see how this all shakes out. Listen, guys, Sam and I have had many, many cases together, right? We just finished a case a couple of years ago in San Francisco on the Cash App murder case. And whenever I talk to individuals, whenever I talk to the media, I always say, this is not a straight road. It's always a very winding road. So we never know where things are going to take us. We got to look at the evidence as it comes in, and we'll see what's there. I'm just shocked that, you know, when they say there might be video out there, they don't have it. There might be this mystery contract, they don't have it. Oh, they were at Staples, you know, making copies. It's just a total guess. So, like, we're not here to guess. I'm here to look at the evidence, to weigh the evidence, and to make the best decision based on that evidence.
Where your client just stays in detention until what?
Yeah, currently he'll stay in detention. We'll get discovery. We'll start going through that. There's going to be several motions that we're going to file, obviously, in the next couple of weeks, but that'll all come out, and we'll give copies to everybody. Look at my man. So my understanding is the FBI has, over the past 3 or 4 months, has interviewed none of the alleged victims, and allegedly they all have future dates to give statements. But I have no idea if that's true. We're basing it on what the agent.
Yo, you see what they say? They say they got future dates to give statement. They say that RD gave statements. End of story. We're not gonna play no games, right? But RD trying to clean his name up right now by saying that he's not cooperating. But that's because they didn't come at you. When they come at you, RD, they're gonna let you know that they're gonna audit you. When you hear the audit word and you got 100 million, you pay attention. You know what I mean? Because you know what audit means. That means they go through everything where now you got to show receipts or whatever with tick, 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 and zigzag, zig. You already know what time it is. The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding will be manifested, and we will definitely have the culture freedom and power refinement, equality, and we'll see who's really God between you and the federal government. There's just one way they're going to come at you. Then they're going to come at RD and tell him that, look, you know, if he beat this case, whatever contract he has that we didn't get our hands on, you know that it will be binding. So if you want to say you're not going to cooperate, that little 26 million you made in 3 years, that right now they flooding this young man's stream. I've been listening to Pooh Shiesty crazy because I love me some Pooh Shiesty. I'm going to keep it 100. I haven't listened to enough Gucci Man, so I'm not listening, but I listen to Pooh Shiesty in my joint because he got some shit. Man, I wish I could play it, but it's Pooh Shiesty the man. You know what I mean? And then he came out with that FDO after 5 years like it was nothing. That's like, y'all not even really watching how hip-hop history is playing out in front of you. Let me run this down, right? Because we're going to rhyme. We got 50 Cent, right? Beefing with Jim Jones. So he go get Jim Jones' homie, Max B, to do a song doing dissing Jim Jones. Then he turns around and he don't like their podcast, right? The little homie Dave East love him to death. You see, Dave East don't want no problem. He just laying in the cut. That's Harlem. You know what I mean? He's just there for the bag, because that's all it is, right? Now, Dave East laying in the cut. Not saying nothing bad about nobody, but he laying in the cut. Everybody got their own personality. You know, ain't no official gangster. I've been watching enough about these dudes. I was locked up when they was out, so I can't say nothing negative about them. But ain't no official gangster, so ain't no let it be known that, man, I'm holding Jimmy down under all circumstances, because that's who's putting bread on my bread. Or should I say butter on my bread, food on my table. I'm eating off this man's table, so I'm gonna hold him down as he should. That's what a Brooklyn gangster do. Back in the day, they had something that, I'm from Harlem, right? And, you know, everybody trying to hide from it, run from it. But there was an old saying that Manhattan make it and Brooklyn take it. Just keep it 100. You know, that was a saying. Manhattan make it and Brooklyn take it, because Brooklyn is shiesty. And I grew up in Brooklyn, so I know shiesty. I was there from the beginning when they started the gully posse. We got to talk about the Jamaican them with Chani Montini Barkban, Danny Bones and Scarface Scully and Tony Tough and them man there. And let's not forget Teeny Bop. A long time with them on the street. And lost on the street is, even when you make the money and you get off of the blood clean street, you still don't go back and then you talk about y'all go work with the police because man put that gun in your face. A gun in your face or nothing, man. Come remove that blood clot. If y'all use it, use it. A so bad man move. Good looking Craig Tillman. But a so bad man move. So, Pooh Shiesty pulling a gun on Gucci, man, I'm not that, man. Listen, man, let me tell you one, man. Let me tell you, when I say the name, because we get a videotape of the man and tell me some things on him. I tell myself, I hunt down one of the brethren, because I have a beef with two brethren, right? This is a yard thing, so I'm talking to Jamaican, so I don't understand. In my baby, it bring up a brethren them from a yard, so them come up from yard, then no, they them up chest, all right? And then you have three brethren, and the brethren them will just go wild. They might rob everything, and I'm so much money for make. Within a year, they might drive big 400 Lexus. Cost back then $60,000. Big money for a man that girls come from Jamaica. Most of some man are foreign, right? They might drive big Lexus and them things there. So one of the brethren them shoot at them, and he shoot back at him, and then the don that bring all of them up, tell them, say, "On the far back, man. Him shoot at you, you shoot at him. Nobody get hit. Leave it. Done. Move forward." And the brethren them said, "No, we're not move forward. We are killing, man. We want him blood. We want him last breath." And he's like, "Yo, my dead body." So then now they make a move on him and them shoot up his girl car. I'm gonna play the video so y'all will know who I'm talking about. This is real life stories. I'm telling you how it is real in the hood. Dude bring a dude up from Jamaica where he walking around down there. He doing bad, dirt bad. And now he driving a Lexus within a year. And then now he turned on the man that bring him up here. Because his man, the cook, wound up shooting at him. And you already know we protect the cook. So you protecting the cook, dude shoot at him, and he shoot at him. So he said, "Yo, done it, man." We call it a one-away. You know, him shoot one at you, you shoot one at him. Done it, man. I nothing that, man. And dude said, "Nah, man, I have to kill him, man." And then no, the done people are driving down the highway on. Man, them following them up and sit them and them sight them and them just start bust. And them bust up the car. When them bust up the car, right? Them shoot him brother in the foot. Him baby dead in the car. Him girl dead in the car. And you know, we fight to the death for our girl. That's our woman. That's our queen. And our seed is in the car. So now I'm start trail two of them and them drop one off and them still are firing them, but he by himself, he still following them. They drop one off and they driving and they must have sensed that he was behind them and they pulled up in front of 4 police. When they pulled up in front of the diner, 4 police out there eating their donuts. He jumped out the car, he thinking he's safe because there's 4 police eating the donuts. And the dude just started bossing. I'm gun him down and take him life. And the police them running to the restaurant. That's how red hot Brooklyn was back then. That's how red hot it was back then. The man gunned him down in front of the police, man. That's how vicious it was. So that's why I'm telling you, don't get involved in the street. It's not worth it, man. I got stories. I'm gonna tell you about my man. I'm gonna tell you his name. My man Omar, right? You know, my man Omar, right? Where's that? The hat right here. My man Omar, he run Cashbox, right? This is the hat that I be wearing, so I'm gonna get a history with Cashbox, right? My man Omar run Cashbox, and Omar asked me a question that put me in tears. He said, man, your memory is immaculate. Is your memory sometimes a curse? Do you understand what he was asking me when he asked me, was my memory a curse? Because I remember intricate details that haunt me at night. And that's why I'm trying to prevent you from having these horrible nightmares and horrible day nightmares. I might be just walking down the street or sitting in the passenger seat and I get a flashback and I start shivering, get cold sweats. I don't want you to get those cold sweats. I don't want you to shiver. So that's why I give you these stories that I give you. Then you get these rat bastards come up here and, you know what I mean? Come on, man. We don't play them games, man. You know, let's run this back and see where we left off at. You know what I mean? Somebody said off topic, right? Let's see where we at. Let's see what they said. Off topic. You ever thought about getting that 50 Cent for a series on your life? Hell yeah, I thought about getting that 50 Cent, but 50 not dealing with a dude like me, dog. 50 feel if he deal with somebody like me, I might turn out to be a Pooh Shiesty. But he don't know that on elevated past that. I don't need the Draco. You know what I mean? I love 50. I watch his joint. I can't wait till his new joint start. And I would love for 50 to reach out for me. So if y'all know 50, tell 50 to reach out for me. You know my story is bananas, but they scared of the real street. And Pooh Shiesty just gave them a double reason to be scared of people like me. And I understand that, so I play my position. You know what I mean? So you ain't off topic, big bro. I would love to work with 50 Cent, but he ain't gonna work with old gangster like me. Pooh Shiesty, Lucky Gucci worked with him. And then look what he did. So it make it look like if 50 picked me up and start working with me, oh no, he might pull a Gucci. Now every time somebody pull a joint on the CEO or run up on a company, I remember back in the day, right? Let's ride. I remember back in the day when rappers first started out, rappers used to go to the record label to go get their money in, and you know, they only pay every quarter. That's every 3 months, you know what I mean? So they go, they ain't got no money, and they come to me, I've been looking out for them, they get tired of asking me, they run to the label, say, yo, hold up, I done sold 100,000 records, I ain't got no money. You know what I mean? And like, nah, you know, you gotta wait for it to come in. Wait for what? While the bills are steady coming in like the tariff. And it gotta be paid. You can't, you see, people go off at Donald Trump with the tariff, right? But I like the tariff because the tariff is saying to China, since I was a kid, since anybody watching this was a kid, everything said made in China, and China didn't pay United States $1. If you owned a store and I came in there and I said, I want to sell my book, A Roaring Harlem, in your store. I want $30 at aroaringharlem.com, but if you sell it in your store, I won't give you nothing, but let me sell my books in your store. And I get 100% of the profit. That's what Donald Trump is fighting for. Something simple as that y'all don't understand because you feel it in your wallet right now. But China been getting over on America for 100 years, man. Everybody watching this, tell me, is there a time you grew up you didn't see made in China on your toys? And just look at it that China didn't put $1 into United States store to sell their product, but they reaped 100% of the benefits. And now Donald Trump said, nah, y'all ain't gonna keep taking our money. So I'm just explaining to y'all what tariffs is. Yeah, you feel it because you're going to feel it at the gas pump. You're going to feel it at the grocery store. You know what I mean? But like he said, you got to go through those hard times to get it right. If this thing balance out and they start paying their fair share for selling their products in the United States store, what do you think is going to happen? You already know that. You already know Raising Canaan. Come on, dog. We ain't even got to get into that. You know what I mean? Come on, dog. When I was on the street, I'm going to tell you like it is. When I was on the street, I didn't hear nobody else named Unique on the street. Yeah, they had one or two names at other spots, but they wasn't ringing like Unique Mecca Audio. If I'm lying, put it in the comments. Put it on the screen so they know. If I'm lying, put it in the comments. Ain't another Unique that was bigger than Unique Mecca Audio during my time from 1988 to 1993 when the federal government took me down. So, oh yeah, there was a Unique here, there was a Unique there. There was nothing. They wasn't getting Unique money. Remember, I owned a club that was worth $1 million in New York City. Tell me a Unique that was owning a club that was worth $1 million in New York City and call my bluff and tell me I had another club that I haven't even spoke on, I'm saying for my documentary, where I had the first reggae club in Miami, Florida on South Beach before New York even knew that Miami was a part of the United States because wasn't nobody traveling. All right, OG Unique Mecca Audio 1984, that's legendary, right? I'm watching Smoking Ganja. You know, they had a ganja spot over there on 121st and Park. Everybody from back in the they know about the ganja spot 121st and Park. He had the big chrome joint that's shiny like my necklace. OG Unique Mecca Audio from the old days at the street life. Like I said, dog, because y'all see me on YouTube, you think everybody up here faking, because 98% of the people up here is faking. Welcome home to Prince. Welcome home to Tut. You know what I mean? The brothers that I know ain't faking, you know? Peter Shue, Kevin Chance, Don Diva. You know what I mean? These are men that I know that's on YouTube. But then I know men that's not on YouTube. Big Cass, C-Dog, JR from Chicago, Booby from the Booby Boys, Antone White, Larry Moe, you know, Eon, you know, they like to hate on him because Eon is on the YouTube. Eon official. I met Eon when Eon was a baby. Eon motivated me to want to write books, man. I read a book that Eon wrote called Fast Lane. If you don't get nothing in your life, get the book Fast Lane by Eon. I don't even know his last name. Eon from DC Blacks. You know what I mean? I'm just keeping it 100. He motivated me to want to write. That was one of the most intelligent brothers I met from DC. And then I met another brother from DC. Yo, he called me a couple of times, but I can't find his number, Scar. If any of y'all know Scar, that's my man. He worked with me on a couple of projects. Good DC dude. I'm just giving you like it is, man. No matter where you from, it's where you at. So if you from Memphis, I seen Hernandez Govan. He spoke strongly about Memphis. I love his gangster. Because you know, rat bastards, when you cover somebody's joint, they try and sing you diss them. Never will I disrespect a gangster like that. Eon Williams from DC Blacks. Make sure you tell Eon that I shout him out in his joint. And where we at? Tell him about 50 minutes I shouted him out. Eon motivated me to want to write. And then I motivated Eon to do YouTube. Eon contacted me, told me at his YouTube, he lost his password, couldn't find it, asked Eon, he'll tell you. And I didn't hate him because I said, oh, I don't want another dude doing YouTube because I'm doing YouTube. He might take my subscribe. I said, nah, brother, tighten up. The bag is there. And I screenshotted him my monthly paycheck off YouTube. I said, you better get on your job. And that's what he did because he ain't got a complex. Just like he motivated me to write books, I motivated him to get his ass back on YouTube. And they eat him up, they talk trash, but find a dude in DC that don't stamp Eon Williams. My man Larry Moe, greatest. You know, my man Eric Roberts, he did some bullshit, Eric. Yo, Eric, I'm gonna tell you, you did some bullshit. Hey, yo, I got a dude, right? I got a dude down there. What they call him? What they call him down there? I'm gonna put him on blast because I love this nigga here. I ain't talked to him about 5-6 months. Eric Roberts, ER. They call him ER. ER is a straight Pooh Shiesty, grimy. You know what you get when you deal with ER. So how you get mad at ER when ER do what ER do? And this is for the brothers in DC that might be mad at ER gunning for his life and all that because he goes all out. But ER is official. You already know. You know what you did. That's like my man up top, Mo Grime. We listen to these names, man. Mo Grime. You got a dude named Grimy that look just like Tupac. That's my best friend, one of them. Then we got a dude named Mandu. I gave him that name. Because when I met him, he was like 11 years old. And this dude was busting pistols and doing hits and everything else at 11. But I know how to deal with him. I put him under the wing. That's my little brother. Now he an OG. Up there in Amsterdam. I ain't gonna say where at, but y'all already know if you know, but I'm just saying, man. That's how real this is. Y'all not used to this like it is, man. So you talk about Pooh Shiesty, crashed out, Pooh Shiesty wrong, he robbed Gucci, man. Pooh Shiesty did what he was supposed to do based on what Pooh Shiesty felt. Pooh Shiesty felt that Gucci man played him on some bullshit. I'm trying to get this joint up so I can see how much in the back because ain't nobody telling me. So bear with me. But Pooh Shiesty do what he do, man. You know what I mean? That's what it is. Where we at? Let me get it. I know you rat bastards quick to the hell. You're not looking at the screen. Huh? Let me see. Okay, here it is. Y'all, bear with me, man. I know you rat bastards is out there waiting to complain. But we ain't gonna worry about none of that. All right? We ain't gonna worry about none of that. But like I said, you got a dude named, Grime. You got a dude named Shiesty. Like, what do you really expect when you got people with these type of names, but them deliver? They didn't get these names for no reason. Don't think that they got these names for no reason. Hold on. I'm going to be right there in a second. We're going to turn this up. I'm really enjoying this, man. I'm really enjoying this. All right? Yeah, we got damn near 1,000 people in the room. It's taking a minute. How long we been on here? All right, that ain't bad. We got 1,000 people in the hour. It's going to pick up because, I didn't put the early notice. I'm not a regular YouTuber, schedule it 2-3 days in advance because I'm trying to get all these views. I want the gangsters that's looking in when they see Unique Mecca Audio posted, you tune in. I'm good, Tony. Tony, I'm good. Let's go. Remember, cop the book of Raw in Harlem. We ain't playing no games at rawinharlem.com. The best book you'll ever buy. That's how real it is over here. All right? Now, let's finish hearing what he got to say. I'm going to play it back to the part where he mentioned that Gucci man told if y'all ain't hear that. Because y'all just listen to this and keep it moving.
It said on the stand that each one of those witnesses from that evening is going to appear and give a statement to the federal authorities.
So RD never made a statement as of now?
Not to the FBI, but that evening it appears from the material that they produced and from the agent's testimony is that RD gave a statement that evening, but since that evening has not given another statement on what the...
So that's what I was looking for. Right there, RD gave a statement the night that shit happened, man. RD told the night it happened. Let's just keep it 100. Not to disrespect them. We're not going to play no sugarcoat, none of that. RD, and like I said, Hernandez Govan said that RD was crying when he threw the Draco in his face. What would you do to Draco in your face to get him to pull the Drake out your face? Even if you got to cry. So I'm going to defend, RD on that situation. But now he's saying that RD sat there and gave a statement the night it happened, but he haven't gave one since. But bottom line is RD gave a statement. So you that don't know who RD is, that's Roderick Davis. That's Gucci Man. So I'm gonna play it again. Gucci Man gave a statement the night it happened. They haven't went back. They plan on going back in future dates. So Gucci Man made a statement, rightfully saying that he hasn't been cooperating. You know what I mean? As of lately. All right? I'm just keeping it 100. We ain't gonna play no game. Now we're gonna play this. Listen to what they gonna ask him about RD. It was Roderick Davis, so we're not gonna play no games.
The agent said on the stand that each one of those witnesses from that evening is going to appear and give a statement to the federal authorities.
So RD never made a statement as of now?
Not to the FBI, but that evening it appears from the material that they produced and from the agent's testimony is that RD gave a statement that evening, but since that evening has not given another statement. But
bottom line is he gave a statement. He gave a statement, bottom line, that evening. That's what happened. Now he thought about it. He had 4 months because the feds took too long. If they would have followed up, he might have gave more. And I'm not taking nothing from Gucci Man, but like a lot of you guys say that already done flipped, you know you're going to flip, and you're trying to justify people flipping, that you don't know what you're going to do until you get in that circumstance. And like I said, if a dude put a Draco in your face, you got every right to cry if you want to cry, to get him to pull his finger off the trigger. And like Craig, Tillman 1708 said, one is enough. One is enough because he talking about he didn't give another one. But he gave up. I only did it once. Forgive me. I only did it once. Could you please forgive me? Should we forgive RD in this situation for that once? That's what it boiled down to. I know people trying to clean him up and do all these things. I can forgive RD for playing a sucker when he threw a pistol in his face, because RD, I might play a sucker. A dude put a pistol in my face to save my life. So I'm going to say that for the record and let you know ain't nobody shooting you a shot. But you know the street, like you got your reputation for gunning down a dude that tried to rob you. You're the best that ever done it. So what the hell is going on? Hold up, man. Hold up. Let's get some more. I want somebody else to talk so y'all understand. Check out this dude. I like this white dude, right? This white dude talk real good, right? This is what it is. Yo, you know what's so crazy, right? Pooh Shiesty got dudes from the sitcom coming out reporting on shoot Pooh Shiesty. That's how gangster he is. Everybody trying to get $1 mentioning Pooh Shiesty name, even Unique Mecca Audio for the record. But everybody trying to get $1 for Pooh Shiesty name. Look at this dude. I'm going to get myself on the screen. I'm going to just see how he breaks it down. I don't think y'all really understand what's going on. Yo, Pooh Shiesty, you just put everybody in a situation to eat off of your trauma. Let's keep it moving.
The rapper known as Pooh Shiesty, Latrell Williams Jr., after about a 1-hour probable cause hearing in federal court in downtown Dallas, he has been ordered held. The judge deciding that, yes, there is probable cause that he was involved in the crimes that have been alleged by the FBI. His defense attorneys argued the FBI does not have the guns they mentioned. They do not have the jewelry that they mentioned that was allegedly stolen. They do not have the contract that they say that he was forcing the other rapper known as Gucci Mane to sign to get Pooh Shiesty, the other rapper, out of his contract. But the judge said the evidence is heavy that he was involved in this, that he does have a lengthy criminal history, including gun violations before. So at this point, Latrell Williams Jr. is being ordered held in federal custody pending his next court date. We'll have other updates throughout the day.
Well, we're going to show you the paperwork that actually says.
Hey, yo, and I had to show my man here, right? Listen, listen, a lot of people don't like Seti Nash. I love Seti Nash. Seti Nash do the best he could, and he do an excellent job because he know that law. He dealing with lawyers. Mess with Seti Nash. I stamp Seti Nash. I talked to him once or twice on the phone. He know I ain't no dick rider, keep calling and all that. I introduced myself and let him know I might be using some of your content or you the shit. I reached out to the kid Poetic Flacco. He another one, right? Check out Poetic Flacco. Good dude. But these dudes, they know I'm straight gangster. And I respect that. You know what I mean? I respect that. Just know when y'all decide to, reach out to me, come at me 100. We're not gonna do it, 80-20, 60-40. Come with me 100. I know who you are, you know who I am. As long as you identify yourself, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm gonna let Seti Nash read the paperwork from the joint because I watched Seti Nash, Poetic Flacco, and the dude, what's his name? Urban Politician TV. You know what I mean? I watched those three dudes and Hassan Campbell to see what's going on with current affairs. You know what I mean? If I want to know if somebody say, yo, Lil TJ, got arrested for shooting Takeoff, I go to one of those brothers, Seti Nash, Hassan Campbell, you know what I mean? This is what I do. You understand? I'm just keeping it 100. Urban Politician and Poetic Flacco, and I'm going to start doing some of Poetic Flacco joints because they speak from a whole different point of view. And I'm going to tell you another one I go to when I want to get they in a whole nother category. But when I want to get down and dirty, when I want to know the down and dirty, I'm going to give it to the king. Now, I'm going to say it like this. I'm going to give it to the kings. I'm going to give it to 050. I'm going to give it to Zip with the Trip, and I'm going to give it to Harlem Legend and my man Zeke Black. Make sure you go check out Zeke Black on YouTube, Harlem Legends, 050. You know what I mean? This is what they call the grimy side. And they talk trash about Bullets Gotti, right? And I'm going to say that. They talk trash. Bullets Gotti's been 100% respectable with me since I've been home. That's a young gentleman. Bullets got it. Big shout out. Go check out Bullets got it. See, I plug everybody that keep it 100. And there's another one from up in the Bronx. I've seen him a few times. L7, I think. L something, man. I think it's L7. L. You know what I mean? But L, good dude, man. If I'm saying the name right, say it right and I get it right the next time. But I always see him. I seen him at the book signing when it was me. I mean, he was around gangsters. You know what I mean? L Boogie, L7, something like that. I can't remember it offhand. But it was me. It was Big D from Brooklyn. It was Akbar Prey, Peter Monsanto. Who else was there that night? Lou Sims was there. Farris was there. These is all the gangsters was there, man. Gadget Mike was there. I mean, all the gangsters from back in the day that y'all don't even know some of these names. But let me get back to my man Seti Nash real quick. I just want to give everybody a shout out because we're doing it live and I want to do it the way I want to do it. You know what I mean? So put your comments there. Put the phone number on the screen so they can see the number if y'all want to call in, man.
The denial. And then we're going to get into what Pooh Shiesty's lawyer said because he decided we're going to have a press conference. So let's get to the paperwork first, and then we'll get to the actual doggone press conference. Because he admits some things that I ain't going to hold you. It's looking like a W for Gucci. What? Of detention pending trial. Motion of the government attorney pursuant to 18 U.S.C. 3142 F1 or I ain't gonna do the other one. So we go down and we look and we're going to see what it says. It says part 2, findings of fact in law as presumptions under 3142E. Reputable presumption arises under 18 U.S.C. 3142E2. And that goes on to say a whole bunch of things. And then it says reputable presumption arises under 18 U.S.C. 3142E3. Goes on to say conclusions regarding applicability of any presumption established above. The defendant has not introduced sufficient evidence to rebut or presumption above, and detention is ordered on that basis, or the defendant has presented evidence sufficient to rebut the presumption. But after considering the presumption and the other factors discussed below, detention is warranted. So it says, after considering the factors set forth in 18 U.S.C. 3142 and the information presented at the detention hearing, the court concludes that the defendant must be detained pending trial because the government has proven by clear and convincing evidence that no condition or combination of conditions of release will reasonably assure the safety of any other person in the community by a preponderance of the evidence that no condition or combination of conditions of release will reasonably assure the defendant's appearance as required. And it says, in addition to any findings made on a record at the hearing, the reasons for detention include the following. Weight of the evidence against the defendant is strong, subject to lengthy period of incarceration if convicted, prior criminal history, participation in criminal activity while on probation, parole, or supervision, history of violence or use of weapons, history of alcohol or substance abuse. That's fascinating. Then it says other reasons or further explanation. Based on the credible evidence presented at the hearing, the court finds probable cause to believe that defendant committed the law violations alleged in the criminal complaint docket number 1. Thus, as alleged in the government's motion, this case is eligible for detention because it involves the use of firearms and alleges a crime of violence for which the maximum term of imprisonment is life. Again, the alleged...
Yo, bottom line. No disrespect saying that. Bottom line, it's a bunch of crap. Pooh Shiesty knew he wasn't getting bail. Pooh knew he was not getting bail. But they gave him a hearing, so he had to play the game. If you're looking for a good lawyer, we got my man Mark Stevens. Call me at my number that's on the screen if you in a legal situation and you need help. My number is 917-680-8091. My Cash App is working. Put my Cash App up. I'm about to get up out of here, man. We got over 1,000 people watching this joint. Nobody want to send a dude to die. I don't understand it for the die for me. I watch these European channels and they send money all day. I'm thinking that, my people going to be like the Europeans and they're going to outdo them. And then we sit here, we give them nothing but jewels all day, and this the crap we get. You know what I mean? So let me put some of these comments up. Gucci is a civilian. He quit drinking and doing drugs and kills the boys, throw everything. So that gives Gucci a right to tell, is what you're saying? I'm just asking you, because you're using the word civilian with Gucci Man, that done gunned down a dude that tried to rob him, now he has a right to tell. Coexist, 1018. Please put a comment up to that. You're telling me now that because Gucci's using the word civilian in his name, he has a right to tell. Just a question. And we're going to talk about that. Off topic. You ever thought about getting a... Yeah. I'm trying to get up on it. Free Pooh Shiesty name. Oh, you already know. All right, let's keep it 100. All right. Rat boy. Oh, what was the follow-up? Put it back up. There was a follow-up to that question. I missed it. But I want to know what's going on. Does he get a right to do that? Gangsters can't snitch. The consequences for that is always sleeping with the fish in the harbor as a penalty by most criminal organizations worldwide. Exactly. We know Gucci is a Gucci. You a gangster. I'm not going to decide or judge, whatever happened with this case. But as far as I know, Gucci, you's a straight gangster. You is a gangster. So therefore, you don't have a right to tell. At all, you don't have a right to tell. Just so you know. Yo, why is April Phillips 6776 the only one showing the brother love? Why is she out doing all of y'all like y'all ain't getting these jewels? I'm really confused here. Thank you, April Phillips. The Cash App Unique Mecca Hall. Let me put the Cash App up there in big bold letters so you can see it. It's on the screen right there. Unique Mecca Hall flashing. All right, hit the icon. Make sure it say it was created in 2020. All right, let's keep it moving. Yeah, I'm sure Gucci dropped dimes and talked on the side of his mouth, dry snitching, but he won't make it official and take the stand. Well, we gonna see. But just his statements, if it's enough to get the indictment, he don't need to take the stand. If his statements is enough to get the indictment, he don't need to take the stand. All right? Did he really take his wedding ring? Y'all put in the comments, did he really take his wedding ring? I don't know. I don't deal with the merits of the case. I deal with the law and the principles of the state. All right? Go buy your own copy of A Roar in Harlem by Unique Mecca Audio. We appreciate your support. I'm telling you, roarinharlem.com, the best book you're going to get. If you get in legal trouble, my man Mark Stevens is getting ready to put out a book, How to Beat the Feds. Look for that coming real soon, just so you understand. All right? Now, people are sick talking about Gucci dropped a dime. Damn, right, he supposed to, if somebody put a gun in your head and robbed you for your chain, stop playing to gangster people. Family, I just said it. A dude put a gun to my head like Pooh Shiesty did to Gucci, man. I'm going to keep it 100. I might do whatever I need to do to get out of it. That means crying and groveling, yeah, but I'm not going to degrade my manhood. And if he cried and all that, that's not degrading his manhood. So, you know, we ain't going to sit here. Don't come here looking to troll, brother. Family, hold on. This is not the channel to go troll on. You know what I mean? This is definitely not the channel to go troll on, because we don't do that. All right, let's get that straight. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Yo, Tony D. Smooth, good looking out on the commissary donation. You know what I mean? Tanya, it's pronounced Panya, my bad. That's what the sidewalk is for. Stay out the street, man. Yo, hold up. Jay Davis, get a round of applause. Jay Davis got it. Stay on the damn sidewalk, man. Stay on the sidewalk. Don't even play these games because it ain't worth it. All right, I'm just checking the numbers to see if I want to get off this joint. I need my likes to come up. Let me put a little intro on while y'all hit the like button. All right. All right, that's where we at. So don't say I didn't tell you, all right? But like I said, we're going to ride with Sadie Nash for me.
Hearing today and a PC hearing today, I think that the relevant things that were said today that I thought were fascinating were that it took 3 months to build a case. And I think the reason for that was because the statements that were given on the evening that this occurred were very questionable. I think the way that the statements were made, what was made, what allegedly was witnessed and what wasn't witnessed, I think gave great pause to the FBI. The FBI doesn't take 3 months to arrest someone if they believe everything that was said on the night that it occurred. They were involved the first night, and then nothing happened for 3 months. In addition to that, that I thought was quite embarrassing was that an FBI agent says they don't have the resources to keep their eye on an individual. This is allegedly an individual that committed a crime that they then didn't watch to see if the guns were present, if the jewelry was present. And what didn't we hear today? What we didn't hear today is there is no contract, this mystery contract. They have no contract. They have no video of this alleged signing of a contract. They have no guns. They have no jewelry. They have none of that physical evidence. What they have is they have allegedly 5 individuals, one of them being a very well-known individual that is allegedly cooperating with the government and making these allegations.
Right there, he said one of them, the well-known individual, is cooperating with the government. They're talking about RD. We're not even going to play no games because we ain't trying to disrespect nobody. We just going to give the real. So hopefully y'all learn from this that it ain't worth it to get involved, because our superhero, as Govan Davis called him, you know, is sitting here. They said that he done gave statements. So if our superheroes give statements, then we believe that we're allowed to give statements. So we say Gucci Man did it, so we can do it. You know, that's where we at right now. So you understand. That's why I said if you get in legal trouble, call my man Mark Stevens. My number, let me put my number on the screen if you're trying to reach my man Mark Stevens. You know what I mean? Y'all, listen, you get in legal trouble, this is who you need. I ain't gonna tell you nothing wrong. You already know I keep it 100% gangster. This man got bail for people that wasn't even supposed to get bail, that had double homies and triple homies and all of this, because he done came up with some loophole with a Supreme Court case that done said that bail is non-existent. When he told me, I said, boy, you crazy. Them people always gonna give us bail to get the bag out of us. And he said, nah, you. I said, man, get up out of here. He said, I'm telling you, you. And sure enough, so you understand, I watched the boy walk out of jail based on Mark Stevens' work. So you better call me, you got a situation. Let me keep this thing moving, man. All right? People are sick of talking about Gucci, drop the dime. Damn right, he's supposed to, if somebody put it, yeah, we got all that. I already covered that. All right. Commissary, let me run down these real quick. That's what the sidewalk is for. You dead right. Stay on the damn sidewalk. You know what I mean? Let's go. Let's go. 583, how much in the back? We got about 1,100 people in here right now. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? I appreciate y'all. Let me see. Gucci's a civilian and quite drinking. So you saying Gucci man got a right to tell. Put it in the comments. Let me know. Coexist 1018. You feel Gucci man got a right to tell because now he used the word civilian with his name. Off topic. You ever thought about, I thought about 57. Like I said, they scared of me. All right. Free Pooh Shiesty, man. All day. All right, there you go. Rat Boy 1000%. Damn, what a hell of a name. I haven't listened to either of them, but the contract that he made do sign with the weapon pointed at him is valid. How you know it's valid when even the lawyers is saying they haven't even seen the contract? Explain that, April. Okay, okay, you said it's not valid. That's what I'm saying, because we ain't see the contract, so we don't know what the hell is going on. Gucci needed to tell everything he know. Why do you feel Gucci needed to tell everything he know? I want you to put in the comment. Matter of fact, I'm going to put the link up. I want you to come on this show right now. You can even hide your face. You know, I want to hear you justify why Rat Boy 1000% is saying that Gucci man need to tell everything he know. Put the link in the comment for. Let's get this moving. Commissary Cashmere, that's the link. All right. Gucci tell everything he know. Commissary Cashmere, you understand what I mean? All right. So you're only a gangster if you're getting high. Nah, where the hell you get that from? Maybe from this comment. I don't know. You know, so let's go. So you're on now. We ain't gonna play with that again. Okay. Okay, I sent the Cash App. Good looking out, Craig Tillman. That's what I'm saying. Y'all sitting there watching, getting great content, great jewels, and y'all sitting there holding out and sending do the dollar. You know what I mean? You already know Cash App is not enough for this jewels. It's priceless. I'm from the East New York, Brooklyn. You already know Tong Beef BG. All right, let's go. Well, Duck Pooh Shiesty, he should pull tools on them crackers that gonna rob him. Nah, but Gucci's in a position as the crackers that's gonna rob him. So Gucci robbed him, allegedly. And that's where we at. And he did what he was supposed to do. If it was a cracker, I'm sure he would do the same thing. We ain't gonna take nothing from the Pooh, son. Not on Unique Mecca Audio. Done no. You know? I was Jamaican 2 years. Oh, yeah. So how you like it? What part of Jamaica you was at? All right. Don't pick up trash on the side of the road next time. Be robbed by the blessed. Nah, he wasn't trash on the side of the road. He was diamond in the rough. The man just came home, man. Yo, listen. The man just came home, just so you understand. Right? The man just came home and had a number, I think number 3 hit on the single, either 3 or 15, whatever it is. But he made enough money to buy himself a Bentley for a bonus for the first song he dropped. Stop it. All right? Ganja Bun, you done know. OG, you got me laughing like a motherfucker. All right, that's what's up. The no camera error. That's what I'm saying. I'm for no camera error. We do what you got to do. Unique was a character in Raising Kagan. Yeah, we know that. We know all that. I thought about you, OG. All right. As always, Pooh better be careful if he walks. They're gonna, man, they been on him. That's, yo, he didn't care. The man had the monitor off. Right? Let's keep it 100. Let me take this off, right? Yo, Pooh Shiesty had an anchor monitor on him. They called him while he was in the middle of committing a crime. And he said, hold on, y'all get out the room. Let me lie to this bitch. Yo, if Pooh ain't the biggest gangster, he said, yo, y'all get out the room. Let me lie to this bitch right now. You know what I mean? He said, nah, I'm home. I'm tired. I'm laying down. They're like, nah, you ain't home. I see where you at. No, I'm telling you, I ain't there. Yo, if Pooh ain't the biggest gangster, man, yo, come on. Hey, yo, y'all hate on Pooh all you want. I'm representing Pooh. Y'all get mad all you want. I'm representing Pooh. Pooh from Memphis. I like Hernandez Govan. I like the way he delivered himself. I like the way he handled himself. Straight gangster. I seen the dude Stan G also. Stan G, he like the old school, 70s type, And when I say, like the dope fiend, pimp, it's not a disrespect if we say dope fiend pimp because dope was the drug of choice then, like weed is the drug of choice now. But he reminds me of one of them, like my man Zip with the Drip. You know what I mean? Zip with the Drip got that nasal like he back in the 70s and he spicked them jewels. I with Zip with the Drip. Let's get that straight. Yeah, Jeffrey Fro likes, become a YouTube member. You already know. Come on, man. There you go. Plug your shit, my nigga. You know what I mean? Get your... Oh, you became a new member. Thought you were telling me to become a member of your joint. If I said plug your shit, we here, man. We family. You know what I mean? Pooh better be careful if he walks. He gonna be, yeah, we know they gonna be on him. You know what I mean? OG, Unique Mecca Audio 1984, that's legendary Martin Smoke Ganja. He had the big chrome joints that shiny like necklace. OG, Unique Mecca Audio from the old days. You already know, they can't challenge my shit, nigga. Nothing, you already know. They just scared of me, that's all. I stop and talk to officers patrolling the streets. Ain't nothing wrong with that, rap boy. You know what I mean? You gotta rock them to sleep. Shit. Our relationship is China is we buy and sell. Exactly. You know what I mean? Nah, somebody said in my ear that rap boy trying to say he's a rap. I know you ain't trying to say that rap boy. Rap boy, defend that. You know what I mean? Ian Williams from DC, that's my man. Like I said, Bash Lane, cop the book. Go buy your own copy of A Roar in Harlem by Unique Mecca Audio. We import. You already know. Let me show it to you one more time so you can see it in the physical form. You know what I mean? So you can see it in the physical form. All right? That's the book right there. Cavario edited this joint. Fire. Got 5 stars on Amazon. If I ain't really even been promoting it, because I've been eating anyway. You know what I mean? I'm watching for Baltimore. Be more careful. You already know Shannon Holmes. That's the homie. Big shout out to Shannon Holmes, Cheese, the whole crew. You know what I mean? I still listen to Tupac. Hell yeah, we always gonna listen to Tupac. You know what I mean? Don't condone stupidity. You already know. Stay away from them dumbass niggas. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm good. All right, that's what's up. Yo, put the number up there. Let me see why ain't nobody calling yet. Nobody want to call to say they bullshit, but they want to sit in the cut. I think this is Milwaukee. Yo, what up? Who this? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from 313 Detroit.
What up, Detroit? You already know. I knew he was out there by Milwaukee. I talked to my man Mike the other day. I was locked up with him in Lewisburg. I'm going to do an interview with him.
What y'all talking about, the Pooh Shiesty situation?
Yeah, what you feel about that, my homie?
Man, I'm old school, man. I'm about to be 60 years old this year, man. I feel like this how I go down in Detroit, man. You never bite the hand that fed, Gucci, man, put him and his people in matches and all that, man. He was eating out here, man. I blame his daddy, man. I blame his daddy and I blame his mama, man. And they sit up there and let him crash out like that, man. And you know, all this stuff, no snitching rules and all this. Come on, man. Me and you old school. I'm old school, man. I'm just saying, Gucci, you know, he retired his jersey from the street. He a businessman.
Yeah, but does that give him a right to tell?
How we do it in Detroit, you know, you take one eye chain down here, we don't get at you and stuff. So when we see you,
Yeah,
the
but
police get after you. We don't get at you. And then you can't play. That's like somebody do something to Eminem or do something to one of our rappers like that. We don't come repair. We don't go meet you at a studio. We don't have some street guys and all that around us and stuff. Pooh Shiesty won't be around bragging about what he did.
Nah, but what I'm saying is, does that give him a right to tell? Because he's a civilian.
He don't tell, man. His wife don't tell. It's a married man.
We got that. We got the wife telling, but does that give Gucci Man a right to tell? That's my question to you.
What you think, man? How old is you, bro?
I'm 62 years old, bro.
Well, I'm behind you.
All right, then. So all I want is your answer. Does that give him a right to tell? In your book, let me ask you this before you even answer that, right? Back in the days when you know dudes that got out of Detroit and moved to the suburbs, wherever they move in Detroit, do those dudes work with the police? Yes or no?
Some of them do, but some of them don't.
Okay, well, I'm done with it. If you say so, where I come from, none of them work with the police. But I respect what you said. You know, where I come from, they don't work with the police. Because they move to the suburbs and kick their feet up don't mean that they start rapping their lips.
Right, but when I say old school, I did time like you did. I did like 20 years in prison. I'm just saying, you know how the street feels, man.
Nah, I don't know how it is. I know how it is now. I know when we left, back in the days, listen, man, back in the days, how old are you, man?
I'm 60.
All right, I'm 62. So listen, so back in our day when a dude got out the goddamn game, did he turn around and start flipping when he seen crimes being committed, or did he mind his damn business in Detroit is what I'm asking you.
That go everywhere, man. Everybody motherfucking telling and everything.
I didn't
get brown.
Oh, so they was okay. So that's all I'm asking. So you're telling me that in Detroit they was telling when they got out the game and they saw crimes. That's all I'm asking you.
No, not none of my niggas ain't do that.
Exactly. So that's the point. So what make these new dudes willing, get a pass to do that?
Cause they young.
Nah, because they young, we gotta school them, and that's what we're doing right now.
But do you think Pooh Shiesty did wrong for having his son to crash out like that?
I think Pooh Shiesty wrong for having his son crash out. Who the hell is his son that crashed out? What are you talking about?
Do you think Pooh Shiesty did wrong for having him to crash out like that?
Listen, man. His father know that Pooh Shiesty is a man, and Pooh Shiesty is the breadwinner. When Pooh Shiesty decided to make this move, the father should have stepped up and said, hell no.
Yeah.
But instead, the father was trying to be a friend, a homie, and say, whatever you want, I'm here with you. Instead of saying, no, I'm your elder, I'm your father. You came from my loins, from my nutsack.
Yeah, that's real, right?
We ain't gonna do that. F what you thinking at your age. If you respect me, you'll know we not gonna put a Draco to his face.
Right.
We gonna go get a lawyer. That's what his daddy should have said.
That's what they shot the guy.
But
I'm gonna ask you this, bro.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna ask you that. What would you do? Somebody put a Draco to your face and made you sign the contract. How would you would take it to the street, or you would what? You see him again, you would deal with it. How you would do it? How you would play that?
Nah, I'm gonna take it to the street. I'm just keeping it 100 where I'm at. I'm not where they at like that yet, like that. I'm keeping it 100. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know you're supposed to let it go. I'm gonna let the people know that, but I'm not there yet like that. I'm working on getting there. So I'm not gonna come up here faking that I'm no angel.
Yeah, that's real. That's real.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna fake that I'm no angel. I'm human.
Yeah.
And I'm growing. And I haven't grown to that phase in life yet. I want mines in blood, like little TJ said. You know what I mean? That's how it is in New York. I mean, no disrespect, but
I know how
I'm just keeping it 100. And whatever comes with that, comes with that.
Yeah, that's what.
If prison of death come with that, I'm dying what I consider an honorable man. I don't care what the next man consider, because it's my tombstone that it will say honorable on, not yours. So if you come through with yours saying cowardly, by all means, do it. I can't judge you, so don't judge me.
Yeah, but that was my quest on it, homeboy. You know, New York, you know, this OG Bones and stuff from Detroit. I just wanted to give out. You know, I'm looking at your channel right now, and that's how I got your numbers.
My shit too real for these regular dudes. That's why YouTube ain't pushing it. You know, I'm supposed to be getting 100,000 views on this joint, son. You know what I mean? But this joint too real. I understand that. You know what I mean? But, you know, we play our position. You know what I mean? My whole thing, as long as the message get out and we can deter one person from getting involved in this, that's all that matter. You know what I mean?
I've been in New York. I used to, I went down there and hooped up at Rucker Park and all that. That was like in 1999.
Yeah, and I used to be right across the street, you know what I mean, in the Polo Grounds. But let me go, man. I'm going to call one of these other people back, man. We've been on here long enough. Good looking on the call, y'all. Yo, the phone number up there on the screen. Stop being scared. Let's keep it moving. Let me see. We had a couple people calling while I was on the phone. So we're going to see what's going on right now. But, you know, that's where we at, man. Let's hear his lawyers talking again, man. I like to keep the live moving.
Against my client and many more. I'm going to take like one or two questions and then we're going to scoop.
You're essentially arguing that on the he said kind of things, no evidence.
Correct. Yeah, it's very fair. I think that this is it's a he said type of a case. I mean, obviously, there's 5 individuals on one side. What we're missing are the other people that were present in the room, right? The owner of the studio, who says he didn't hear anything or see anything. The way they leave the studio, where no one is in concert with anybody else, no one's arguing with anyone.
You see how they break that down? Yo, who this calling? Where you calling from? You know you're being recorded.
Yeah. What's up with you, man? Hey, this is Mike, man. I'm calling from the district, right?
What up, family?
Hey, man, ain't nothing. You know, my first thing I want to say, man, every man creates his own limitations, right? And, you know, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, family. Every man creates his own limitations.
Yeah. You know, I mean, when it comes down to that, man, you know, Slim knew he was dealing with some wild youngers, right? I think they should have been able to talk that out, right? But that's no here, no there. You know, everything already, you know, occurred. It is what it is at this point. But, I mean, like I say, man, you know, Shorty, man, did what he thought he had to do. I mean, you know, if he couldn't talk to the man to figure that out, then that's what it came down to. I mean, that's how I'm looking at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it from a different angle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, Slim was talking about that hat shit. I mean, Slim, man, kept that quiet, man. He posted, man, stood solid with that. And if he want to be a civilian, he should have let Shorty go and be a civilian. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because younger ain't rocking. You know what I'm saying? Slim just left the USP, right? Slim still got that shit on his breast and on his heart. So at the end of the day, he ready to go. So I mean, you know, like at the end of the day, man, look, Slim, he brought that on himself, man. I just say, man, I hope younger than them, man, get another chance at it. He made a fucked up, allegedly fucked up situation, you know, and give Slim a chance, man, get back out here, man, and get back to it, man. Let the man go, you know. That's how I feel about it, right?
See, you say you're from the district, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, big shout out to Antone White, Larry Moe, you know, ER, you know, all the gangsters out there. But what I want to say is that I know they're going to stamp what I'm saying. Bottom line is, dog, it started on the street. This is where it ended. It don't go to the courtroom under no circumstances. Gucci Man know he messed up. Gucci Man watching my joints. I don't care if I get 100 views or 1,000 views or 100,000 views. Gucci Man seeing my joint because somebody's sharing it with him, say, yo, you need to see this. Bottom line is, only way for Gucci Man to clear and keep his name is to say that Pooh Shiesty ain't have nothing to do with it. That's why you heard Big 30's lawyer saying that Gucci Man, you know, said that he's not cooperating. But then you heard them say in the court, on the court of law, you know what I mean, when they swore in, that they haven't reached out to Gucci Man yet. So Gucci Man, you're going to get a chance to be Mariah Carey. Now, it's up to you who you choose to be.
Right. At the end of the day, man, let younger than them breathe, man.
Yeah, and that's it. You already know if you got a beef with somebody, you make sure they get out so you can finish it out here. And that's the street. It started out here and end out here. It don't continue in there because it's a pause while you in there. Because I got to wait till you get out here to get to you. No, I'm not going to send a hit to you because I want to feel your last breath with my fingers around your neck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. But look, peep this. He should have motherfucking, look, I think, if he was on that and they went on good terms, he should have sent them his way. He should have went on his.
What you mean send him his way? Break that down, son.
I'm gonna say this. All right, now Slim just come on, right? He just come on. They weren't on good terms, so he should have met him on his grounds. He shouldn't have been out there one day. He should have been like, look, I'm gonna come to you come to me. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk this shit out. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
Yeah.
I hear you loud and clear, Rob. Let me keep it 100. Bottom line is Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Man had a relationship. Gucci Man had Pooh Shiesty thinking that Gucci Man was on Pooh Shiesty time. Pooh Shiesty heard everything that Gucci said. Gucci heard everything that Pooh Shiesty said. Gucci Man played along instead of saying, stop, I'm a CEO now. If something happened, nigga, I'm telling.
Yeah.
But at no point, I know, I put my life on it. At no point did Gucci Man tell him, if something happened, I'm telling. So Gucci Man, Pooh Shiesty, listen, let me finish. Fucking let me finish, man. All right, let me finish. Gotta take this thing serious. Pooh Shiesty is a young, grimy dude from the street here in the trenches. Real G's know how to deal with him. You know he grimy. If you got a grimy move, you call him. If you don't, when you see him in passing, you holler, keep it moving. But he's not the type you'll call to want to know where the hell you live at. You don't want Pooh Shiesty to know where you live at. Let's keep it 100. I'm not defending Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty can never know where I live at. But I respect everything Pooh Shiesty do.
No, I'm saying.
You understand? Because you got caterpillars in the universe.
Right.
And you got lions.
Dallas and shit. He should have brought him to Atlanta, to a studio or somewhere else instead of coming.
Yeah, but what it was is that Gucci Man was putting his morals and principles and his elevation in life in Pooh Shiesty. And Pooh Shiesty is still shiesty. And like you said, he just came out the mother effing USP. So he's shiesty, hungry, dangerous, deadly, violent, vicious, and everything else that come with it. And y'all playing these games trying to judge a man like that. He went in an animal, and he was amongst the animals, and he caught a little jewels here and there. But at the same time, he didn't catch enough to know, fall back, go home. You got a number, a top joint number 3 or number 15, whatever the number it is, because these rat bastards and flip-flop wearing in public trolls, they're going to say, oh, you said that he was number 3 on the billboard, he was number 15. Regardless, he was on a billboard, your black ass wasn't. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So now he come home and he's angry because his cousin died and he heard all this bull crap that went on with the man that in his heart and he gave his loyalty to. He thought Gucci Man gave the same loyalty to him, but Gucci Man's loyalty was to Keisha.
Right.
And Keisha told him, boy, where y'all do? You better go tell upon him look of blood clot when I lose everything for this look of knucklehead y'all saw. I saw Keisha chat to him.
Yeah.
I know a strong Jamaican woman, and she hold on the fort because she turned him look a couple of shillings into millions. He came home to more than he left behind or dreamt that he'll have. So Keisha get her props. I'm not taking nothing from her. I'm not dissing her. And she doing the right thing. But Gucci Man need to decide if he gonna square up and go with Keisha or not. And regardless what side you go on, you ain't supposed to tell. Because you made an oath to the code.
Absolutely.
And you can't break your oath to the code. Forget the street, the code.
The code. It's the code.
Because there's people that knew grimy shit that you did, Gucci, man, that didn't tell on you and you don't want to tell on you. So you don't want them to break the code, so you can't turn around and break the code. And that's it.
That's it.
Whatever games you want to play, whatever, play it yourselves.
Yeah.
I give it to you real and raw over here,
That's
Unique
real
Mecca
raw.
Audio.
Yeah.
So don't say I didn't tell you. Free that man, Pooh Shiesty.
Free that
If
man,
you
man.
Gucci man.
Absolutely.
If you Roderick the CEO, burn that man, Pooh Shiesty. Set an example for the CEOs. But if you Gucci man, the image you sold that we brought, that made you who you are, you free that man.
Yeah. He was him once upon a time, you know?
Exactly. You didn't want nobody telling on you when you was still down there in the trenches, when you was still shiesty.
Yeah. Off the lean, all that shit you off, you know, you out here doing what you do. You know, give Younger the chance, man. He made a fucked up mistake. Give him you know?
And that's it. Hey, yo, what did you expect a dude named Shiesty to do? Yeah.
Shiesty did. Shiesty gonna do some shit.
Yeah. Hey, yo, this is crazy that we even.
I hope he's smiling that, right?
Yo, this is crazy that we even having this conversation about what a Shiesty dude would do.
Hey, man, but look, you know, common sense ain't that common, right?
The word.
Yeah, man, you know, but you know, at the end of the day, man, look, man, get Shawty, man. He been fucked up shit, allegedly.
Hey, yeah, you gotta respect Shiesty, dog. You know you gotta respect. Man, Shiesty get a round of applause, man.
Hey, come on, give him a round.
Shiesty get a round of applause. Do Shiesty get a round of applause? Yo, relax, y'all, relax. Yo, listen, everybody's sitting back watching Shiesty talking trash. Right, I'm trying to check what my numbers is. I'm about to get off this live because y'all playing game. Everybody's sitting there watching Shiesty and trying to judge Shiesty, and none of them is on that level. But yet they're trying to judge a man on that level. Sit back, watch the way it play out, and let him do what he do. You know?
Well, absolutely. Yeah. Real talk.
Yo, this joint ain't trying to come up. Yo, tell me how much I got in the back. My shit is frozen up. Somebody calling too, son. Let me take this call, homie. Good looking. All right. Yo, what up? Who this? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's going on, Unique? I'm calling from, I'm calling from Guam, man, overseas.
Yeah, what up?
What's up, man? I watch you all the time, man.
As you should.
And I went through a certain thing like Gucci went through, bro. I was in the streets when I was younger. I joined the military when I was 18, and then I became a good citizen, whatever. However, I got robbed. I got beat up, robbed by 5 individuals, bro. I got away from them and everything like that. Okay, so I'm from a small town from Mississippi, in Wiggins, Mississippi, a small town. So, however, everybody found out about it, so they went to the police, right? So they came to see me. The police came to see me. We only have 3 cops in the place or whatever, in the county or whatever like that. But I didn't speak to them. I didn't speak to them. Everybody else gave what went through and what went on. So what happened was the state took up the case because I'm a known individual, and then I had just buried my father. But when it came down to going to court and everything like that, I didn't go and testify, and these guys still got time. Okay? I didn't speak to them. Does that make me a snitch? Because I didn't go in there and say they didn't do it? However, when everybody else heard about it, because they bragged about it.
Listen, man, listen. Did you go in there and say he did do it?
No.
Then you're not a snitch. Stop talking. You sound crazy. Everybody puts snitch on everything, dog. Sometimes, listen, man, if somebody robs someone and they don't tell who robbed them, but they get locked up for robbing them because the state pick it up, that don't make them a snitch because they didn't go in there and say that they didn't. That's just something they got to deal with on their own because they got picked up. We ain't no comrades. If you my comrade, I'm going to go in there. Yeah, so if you bragged about it and enough people talked about it and knew about it, that's what it is. You know what I mean? You got me?
Okay. Yeah. I just want to say, because the same thing that happened to Gucci happened to me. However, like I said, I didn't go. Okay, they bragged about it in the streets, and the people in the streets, which is I'm from a small town, they told the cops. Okay, and
family, my comprehension is good. I got you, man. We ain't got to run this all night. Bottom line is, you ain't had no obligation to go in there and say it wasn't him. You know what I mean? But these two dudes is comrades. You understand? They crimies, they business partners. So whatever happened, Gucci knows Shiesty is Shiesty, man. So when Shiesty do Shiesty shit, it is what it is. Free that man and y'all work it out behind the doors, man. That's what it is. It ain't too late. And listen, that's what I'm saying. Hey, listen, if he free him and work it out, he could say it was just an impulse. He was pissed off. He made a bad judgment. He's human. Fuck it. I did it. That's the end of it. Don't try and say you didn't do it. Stand on it, nigga. You did it.
I'm going to tell you what Pooh Shiesty messed up is.
Yeah.
He had the damn ankle monitor on, man.
So what? Pooh Shiesty didn't care. He wanted to get his man. What part of that you didn't understand? Ankle bracelet or whatever. If I want my, listen, man, when it's on, it's on. When they say on site in a federal prison, if you see your enemy in the chow hall and the warden, the AW, the case manager, the unit manager, you know what I mean? The counselor, the trustee, the trust attendant, whoever is in there. If you see your man, you get him. You don't worry about the consequences. That's how real this life is. That's why I tell y'all, don't get involved with the street, because that's how real it is. It don't matter if the police is there. I just told you a story earlier where my man gunned down a dude in front of 4 police. I'm going to play his interview. Y'all not ready for this raw. If the police is there, then that's what it is. They get it too. And we're not promoting that. That's why we saying don't go on the street. It's not worth it, because that's the rules of the street. You can't run between the police and say, nah, I'm safe.
Hey, Unique, that's why I'm not made like you, bro. And I listen to you, though. I really do. I'm not made like you, though. But I do, hey, I respect you like a mug, man. And I want to tell you, hey, man, keep doing what you're doing, because you speaking the truth. And, to the youth. And I just want to say, hey, man, look, I respect you like a mug, man. For real, I listen at you.
And that's what it is. And I don't want you unempathetic like me. I don't want you having no soul like me.
Yeah.
It's hard, man. Yo, dog, it's hard to sleep at night. And I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, much less my subscriber.
Yeah. I understand, man. And I just wanted to call you up, man. It's good to hear your voice and good to talk to you, man. And this is somebody that, I'm an honest civilian, and I do, but I listen to you. I used to do dumb shit, but I don't do it no more. But I do listen at you. And keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm telling you, you touching everybody. Okay? It's not just dude from the street. You talking, you touching everyone. So keep doing what you're doing, man.
And that's what it is. I'm just keeping it 100, man. It wasn't worth it. I wish, listen, man, like I said, my man Omar, you know what I mean, asked me a question that blew my mind. He said, is it a blessing or a curse that your memory is so intact?
Yeah.
Because it's definitely a curse. Turn the TV down in the back. It's definitely a curse. Because I can't sleep at night.
Man, look, I'm going to tell you something. And this is with much respect to you and your mother. You know, for you to have that to happen to your brother and in your face, and your mama told you don't talk. Hey, I listen to you. I'm telling you.
Then you already know.
Hey man, that's what I'm saying. I'm not cut from the same cloth. Okay, but
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I listen to you. Okay, I listen to you all the time, brother. All the time, I listen to you. But you real. You real, and I respect that. Unique Mecca Audio.
All right.
And I'm from Mississippi, and you from New York.
All right, let's keep it going. You know what it is.
Hey,
you know?
keep it going, partner. Hey, man, no doubt.
All right, one.
For sure.
All right.
One.
Yo, so that's what I'm saying, man. The number is up on the screen, man. You want to call. Like I said, Gucci, man, and Keisha, they laughing all the way to the bank. Yeah, but is he sleeping good at night? Because Gucci's still a gangster. Is the gangster still sleeping good at night with all this bullshit going on? Y'all as civilians look and say, yeah, he's sleeping good. He ain't worried about none of that. That's Gucci, man. Yeah, that's Gucci, man. You know, but Gucci, man got to deal with Gucci, man, end of the night. You know what I mean? I hate to say it. If he is the only one that got robbed, that nigga did something. That's what I'm saying. But he the only one they talking about. That's what you got to understand. He the only one they talking about is Pooh Shiesty. Yeah. Now, he wasn't rambling. He was talking some real shit. You need to listen to what he was saying. He was just long-winded. Put the number back on. Put the number back on. Let me put the number on because my people probably sleep right now. All right. They got the number. All right. He said put the number back on. They got the number. Let me go back to the comments because I'm riding. Gucci Man and Keisha laugh all the way to the bank. We seen rob that nigga. They got the number. Dude was just rambling. Nah, wasn't rambling. Put the number back up. They got the number back up. You know what I mean? Let them know, big bro. Always. I'm always going to let them know. But I've been on here long enough, man. Like I said, I put a little bit of everybody on to let y'all know what time it is. I'm getting ready to tap out. Don't go calling maybe 5 minutes when I tap out and say, oh, you still live, because no, I'm not still live. I'm about to tap out. But like I said, you got to understand that Shiesty is Shiesty still. Gucci is no longer Gucci. That's the end of it. Y'all love to remember that Gucci, but Gucci grew past that. Gucci, stand on who you grew past and who you are now. Don't have the people confused as far as who you are or what you're doing. End the story. All right. Oh, hold up. I forgot to put my daughter joint in here, man. Let me put it in here. Let me put my daughter joint in here, man. That's my daughter YouTube. I need to make audio. My man, Real Boss TTTV at YouTube. You already know you got Unique Mecca Audio. Prison stories. You want to hear the crazy prison story? And we got the book, Aurora in Harlem, at AuroraHarlem.com. Cop the book. We got my man, Mark Stevens. You know, if you got legal situation, whatever is going on, you need to call me ASAP. I'm about to tap out, so you're not going to get a chance to talk to Mark Stevens tonight. I'm going to do a whole nother show where you can call him and ask him questions. All right? And we're going to see where, you know, where that's at. All right? But this, watch your language when we bring you up. There you go. All right, yeah, they put a little message in there. Thanks for riding. All right. Put the questions. Subscribe. You already see what it is. Let them know that they're on point. Everybody ready to go to bed. And that's where we at. All right. Mark Stevens. All right. You already know, best lawyer in the business. Y'all got a legal situation. My Cash App. They don't say I didn't tell you. All right. Thanks for riding with the Mecca family. All right.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. Hey, oh, I,
out the can of 26. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca Audio.
Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio. We gon' do it like we gon' do it like we keep it moving like we gotta do it like
Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, bitch, a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, you we got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend the air. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours, so we can get back to the cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio.
Fresh out the can of 26. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca Audio.
Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio, Mecca what? Mecca Audio. We gon' do it like we gon' do it like we keep it moving like we gotta do it like
Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was wine. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, bitch, a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, you we got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend the air. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community yours, so we can get back to the cheers, the crime, the crime, the crime.